A lot of environmental issues have come up in the last 1 year. Whether we're talking about industry that's polluting the environment, whether we're talking about because of the case of lack of infrastructure when it comes to sewage systems, again, environment. So there's unfortunately this unhealthy relationship between residents who want to make their home, again, from around the country, and the lack of certain things, plus those who really just who don't give a toss about the environment. That clash has been there forever. What do you think then is the right intervention for this problem? People have died, people have gone to court, there are court cases which are still, ongoing. What would be solutions?
My first executive action will be to submit the NAMSIP plan to the County Assembly for approval. The NAMSIP plan is a zoning and township planning exercise that has been done in conjunction with the Ministry of Housing, Infrastructure, Urban Planning, and funded by the World Bank. I will make sure we put that through the County Assembly, get it out intact, and start to implement. What does it mean? It means that industries and residential areas can coexist. We are not the first country to have residences near airports and industrial areas. What we have is an abdication of responsibility. So NEMA the National Environmental Management Authority put the legal framework for enforcement, but a lot of the last mile enforcement must be done at the county level. So for example, emission standards, effluent standards, the big investors, when you give plan approval, you don't have a sewer line to give that investor. So from day one, they should be discharging into a biodigester system and a water treatment facility before they're allowed to discharge that water into the Athi-River. Now, the Athi-River is toxic. It's completely toxic. So you can imagine farming communities along the Athi-River, all of which is Ukambani, because the Athi-River cuts across the entire plain of Ukambani. All those people have been growing cabbages, skumawikis, and stuff, which you're eating in your supermarkets here. And I don't need to tell you how this story ends. But it is a clear...
Thwake Dam is being fed by this same river now.
Thwake is a wonderful project, but it is a clear and present danger to us because in the absence of cleaning the Athi-River, the Thwake River, and all the tributaries that feed into the Thwake, we will have the biggest sewer in Kenya. And passing treatment, it's one thing to treat raw sewage. It's another thing to treat chemical pollution,
Right.
heavy metals, and other things which now are leading to when did you hear in the rural areas, everybody, second home, having cancer cases? Now we spend all our time raising money in Harambes to send people for cancer screening because of what's happening with the water. Now, I want the people of Machakos to elect me because I will ensure that this issue of cleaning Athi-River starts in Nairobi, because there are portions of the Athi-River, 5 tributaries which pass through the heart of Nairobi. Kerichwa Kubwa, Kerichwa Ndogo, Mbagathi River, and others which start in Gong side. The others start in a place called Ondiri Swamp, and Kikuyu, and all this water comes into one side, passes through Kangemi, Mishogwe, another passes through Kawangware, another passes through Kibera, another passes through Mukuru. So what do you get at the end of it? The rest passes through Ruai and others, where sewage is disposed right into the river. So take Mukuru. Mukuru is 8 kilometers long, from Mata Hospital to the airport. All that sewer goes into the Athi-River. All of it.
Good Lord. Okay.
So if we don't find a sustainable way to canalize the river, because there are no simple solutions. You're not going to displace people in Kibera. You're not going to move people out of Mukuru. So you have to find a way to put this water into a canal. And that is not a county project. That is a national government project that underlies the existential nature of this problem. Because if the Athi-River dies, a huge portion of Kenya dies. Because the Athi-River feeds all the way into our Machakos County, parts of Thika County, into Tana River. The whole of the Savo ecosystem relies largely on the Athi-River. partly the Savo East. So what happens if we don't clean this? We're going to kill our country. So for me, I don't see it as something negotiable. I will make it agenda number 1 for the Council of Governors. I will make it agenda number 1 for the discussions we have at IBEC. And I'll make it agenda number 1 with the 5th President of Kenya, Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga.